20th anniversary.
Hey, you quit smiling like that. You look like a freak. Still with smiling.
Lonnie, look this way.
Look at me, Hera. Look at me, Kaden and Brenda. Brady, Brady. Look at Mama, Brady. Go with him. Go. Kaden, go with him.
High school back in 1969. After that, Hiram joined the Army, went into basic training in June, and they were married on August the 23rd of 1969. And he had come home on the weekend pass. I guess that was the best pass he had ever had, getting to come home to be with his wife, future wife. After that, he was sent to Korea on New Year's Day of 1970 and came back home on February of 1971. While in the Army, the first year that he was back, he and Pat had the opportunity to travel all over the United States and the country. In 1972, they moved back to Carlsbad, where he worked as a mechanic at IMC. Had their first daughter, Heather Marie Laird, on April the 7th of 1974. And they had their second daughter, Jessica Robin Laird, on September the 16th of 1975. They moved with their family to Price, Utah in March of 78, and they came back to Carlsbad 2 years later in 1980. Hiram has been a mechanic at IMC since May of 1980. Patricia is a homemaker, and she's worked at the CARC farms since June of 1989. They have one grandson, Brendan Christopher, from Robert and Heather Christopher, and they say the key to staying together, so go listen to this, was developing a system of give and take, and that's when they have to learn, I guess. And so this is a very special time as we honor them on their 30th wedding anniversary. And so as they partake of their vows again, I hope you all will pray for them that they have a lot more years together, and may they be an example for all of us who are here. We're gathered today in the sight of God, in the presence of this company that's here, to rejoice with this man and this woman on this very special occasion of their 30th wedding anniversary, to join with them in the renewal of their vows. They stand as an example of blessedness and matrimony, which Paul commended that was honorable among all men, and therefore it was not to be entered into unadvisedly or lightly, but reverently and in the direction and the fear of God. In this holy estate, these two people have lived for loyalty, devotion, and which has been an inspiration to all of you who have been able to know them. Now, as in the presence of the Lord Jesus Christ, who has led you all through many experiences, both through joy, through difficulties, and you've given and exchanged the vows and given your hearts to each other, and you've given your hands to each other. We want you to be able to renew your vows today. Hiram, for 30 years, you have pledged your loyalty to Pat as your wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony. You promised to love her, to comfort her, to honor and to keep her in sickness and in health. You further promised that forsaking all others, you would keep yourself only unto her so long as you both should live. During these 30 years, you have faithfully kept that pledge. And as you begin this 31st year of your marriage together, in the presence of your family, your friends who are here, will you renew your vows and pledging yourself to continue your devotion to her so long as you both shall live? I do. Patricia, for 30 years you have pledged your love and your loyalty to Hun as your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony. You promise to obey him, to serve him, to love, to honor, and to keep him in sickness and in health. You further promise that forsaking all others, you would keep yourself only unto him as long as you both should live. do you pledge to live together in the presence of God and to renew your vows and to honor Him and to keep Him, pledging yourself to continue in this relationship with Him as long as you both should live?
I do.
We have the ring, please. I'm going to let you place the ring on our finger again. With the giving and the token of this ring, would you repeat after me? With the giving and the token of this ring, I renew my vow of love and of loyalty. With sincere affection and with all of my worldly goods, I continue to thee and down. To thee and down. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. And as you hold on to this time, would you repeat after me? With the giving and receiving of this token,
With the giving and the receiving of this token,
I renew my vow
I renew my vow
of love and devotion.
of love and devotion
With sincere affection
with sincere affection
and with my worldly goods,
and with my worldly goods.
I continue to thee and down.
I continue to be in them.
In the name of the Father,
In the name of the Father,
and of the Son,
and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost.
For as much as Hiram and his wife Patricia have consented together in the renewal of this marriage vow, and have witnessed the same before God and before all of you who are here, and thereto they have pledged their faith to each other by the giving and the receiving of this token, and by the joining of their hands, I now pray that God's continued blessing can be upon you. And not only can you have the 30 years that you've gone through, but that you can have a whole beautiful new life ahead of you with your family, your friends, your grandchildren, and that together you can celebrate and enjoy all the blessings of matrimony of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Would you all bow with me, please? Heavenly Father, I want to introduce to you on their beginning of their 30th they have their two beautiful daughters with them and their son-in-law and their grandkids. And so it's exciting. And so I want you all to come up and just welcome them and celebrate with them on this very special day. Would you do that?
Happy 30th anniversary.
I knew what?